Hi, this is Matt from All Things Guitar. This is my new series on modes. I'm going to talk really briefly this video about what a mode is, and we'll show a quick example of how you can use one. Basically, a mode, if we play a major scale, I don't have my camera operator today to zoom in, but I'm starting on C on the 3rd fret on the 5th string, and I'm going to play a quick major scale pattern. Basically, it's just the Ionian pattern or the major scale. So the notes are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Now, to make a mode, all I'm going to do is I'm simply going to go up to the next note. I'm going to start from D. So first I started on C, I ended on C. Now I'm going to start from D, and I'm going to end on D. So I'm going to go D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. Same exact notes. I'm actually even playing it within the same scale pattern. And the second pattern from D to D is going to create a mode. This mode happens to be called Dorian. So that is briefly just what a mode is. It's just you're playing the same notes of the scale, of the major scale, but from a different start and end point. Normally what we would do is we would play that pattern, for instance, up here. I'm going to play the same C major scale. I'm going to play it up here on the 8th fret. So that's going to be my major pattern, and then I'll move up to D and create an entirely new pattern for Dorian. So in essence, now I have two scales. I have two areas of the fretboard that I can solo in. And this is basically how we get all the modes. I'm only going to show you two right now because I want to keep the example pretty simple. The chords you get out of these for the first two modes, we have C, root 3rd and 5th. It's going to give us a C major. And then the Dorian mode, root 3rd, 5th, that's going to give us our D minor chord. And that's how you derive the chords too. Each mode produces its own chord. I'm going to create a small progression in these now. This is called a 2-5-1 progression. As I go through this series, I'm going to talk about how each chord's harmonized, and the words 2-5-1 are going to make a lot more sense. But for now, what I'm playing is, I'm going to be playing a D minor 7 chord, I'm going to be playing a C major chord, or C major 7, and then I'm going to be playing a G7 chord. I actually have this pattern looped already. And then I'm going to show you real quick, I'm going to play the C major scale over it, a little bit of D Dorian, and I'm going to show you why those two patterns, like to have a separate pattern, is necessary. You can see I'm just kind of hovering around some target tones. I'm starting out on something around a D. And then I'm kind of moving back into something that hovers around a C. Real simple stuff. And then when it hits that G chord in the same scale, C, D, E, F, G, I'm kind of hitting that G note. Because certain notes, like a G, you can play on all three chords. The D note, because it's so close to C, if you're playing that D in a low register, let me show you that really quick. You see when it gets to that C chord, it wants to move. That chord, that note doesn't really work anymore. So let me show you that one more time. This time I'm going to slide that D note down one. You can see how sometimes it's okay to sit on one of these notes, sometimes you have to slide around. But in a nutshell, these modes are going to create sort of a little encapsulated segment of the neck that you can run on, and you know, all your riffs over a D minor chord are going to be D to D. And all your riffs over that C major chord are going to be C to C. And that's going to make it a lot easier to pass through some of those notes that you don't want to hang on, and it's going to give you a couple areas of the neck to play with. So again, that's a really brief example of the modes, and you know, you can check that out on our website. I'll be posting these lessons on www.real-guitar-lessons.com. You can also email me at atg.sarasota@gmail.com. Thanks for watching.